Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Maurice. So if you saw this thumbnail and you thought to yourself, what does a camera have to do with the good book? I'm going to try to shed a little bit of light on it. I did a video a couple weeks back where it was basically sharing 3 Bible verses that I think are inspiring to photographers or any creative person. So if you haven't seen that video, please check it out. The comment section has been so moving and encouraging and really cool to read all of your comments in there. So if you haven't checked it out, please do so. And if you haven't liked and subscribed to this channel yet and you're enjoying my content, then I would encourage you to please like, subscribe, ring the bell, because it's going to help me, because I definitely am going to be doing live streams soon. And also please share the video, or if you go into my channel and you see any other videos that you enjoy, please share them, because it really helps out. Everything helps out. The algorithm helps out. The affiliate links that I have also help out. So I thank you in advance for doing that. Doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps me out. So there's a verse in the Bible that I always go back to. I've heard it so many times, and it's very quotable. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it's a proverb. Proverbs has 31 chapters, and I would encourage you, if you've never done this before, read a proverb a day. It's, it'll take you maybe 5-7 minutes to read through a proverb. 1 chapter a day. But as a photographer, why should this matter? Well, if you value this book and the words that are in it and why this book exists, then this verse really kind of hits home on something that I think sometimes is lacking in a creative space. And that is Proverbs 27:17. I'll put it on the screen here so you can see it. Very simple verse, but has such a great nugget of information in it. It says, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. Very simple verse. As iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. And that is like just loaded with so much truth, such good advice. And I think as photographers, we are in a very unique creative space where I mentioned in one of my previous videos that, like, when you're a photographer, at least for me, I don't know about you, but people always kind of like will ask you photography questions. Everybody is in one way or another a photographer, because everybody has a camera in their phone. Everybody walks around every day with this camera, snapping away at life. And so there comes a time when people will undoubtedly ask you for advice in the camera space, or in the photography space rather. And whatever little wisdom that you can share with somebody else, that's like, that's iron sharpening iron. That's one man, one person sharpening another. It's a simple verse. I think we can really take it and use it in this creative space to do some good. I think when it comes to photography, I think there's so much that we can share. There's so much that we share with the world just by sharing the pictures that we make, the images that we take, that we capture with these cameras. And so I think when we put that out there, people are going to be curious, what inspired you? How did you get that photo? Where did you take that photo? And I think just sharing that little bit of wisdom with others, that's sharpening one person and sharpening another. The other way that I think we can take this verse, which is also has to do with photography, is, all of us that are in the photography space, or, that maybe we're amateurs, or we're starting out, or we're professional seasoned veterans in photography, there's always so much to learn. There's always something else that we can learn. I've been taking photos and professionally, with for my job and freelance as for over 20 years. And I learn something new every day, every time I go out there, every time I take pictures, every time I see somebody else and see somebody else's work, it inspires me and it really teaches me something. So even just in doing that and sharing our images, I remember when Instagram first came out, it was like just a photography realm. It was just sharing beautiful images, and it was inspiring and encouraging for me to take better photos, to elevate my game, to go out and be more creative. And there's other platforms that, allow you to do that. But I think when we share our images, we get feedback. We're also kind of encouraging others as well. So everybody, there's always going to be somebody ahead of you, and there's always going to be somebody behind you. So I think, what are we doing with that? Are we being inspired by others to elevate our game? And are we encouraging those behind us and, also kind of showing them the ropes? So I think as iron sharpens iron, one person, one man can sharpen another. That can mean so many things. We can encourage, we can teach, we can share wisdom, we can share life experiences, we can share tips. And I think that's basically what part of this channel is all about. It's me sharing my journey with Micro Four Thirds photography and photography in general, and everything, life and faith and everything in between with you guys. And so if that is a way for me to sharpen someone else while also sharpening myself, getting sharpened by being encouraged, by continuing this YouTube journey, then, that's awesome. That's great. So as I learn this camera and I share what I'm learning, or whether it be, jumping into Lightroom and editing photos and showing you guys my process, or reviewing a piece of gear or something that I think can elevate elevate your game, then yeah, if it helps, then I'm all for it. So again, Proverbs 27:17, iron sharpens iron, and one man can sharpen another. Think about the impact we would be making if we were constantly being mindful of how can we sharpen somebody else. And it's not about being nasty or correcting people and pointing out. It's not about pointing out people's flaws or anything like that. It's really about helping someone else in their journey. Just simple life advice or tips on how to take a better picture, or something encouraging out of this that I think somebody else could get something out of. I encourage you guys, if you're watching this, let's share some experiences in the comments below. Let's continue to share our tips, our advice on what cameras we're shooting, what kind of photography we're into, or maybe somebody that has inspired you and made you sharper and elevated your game and helped you along your journey. And who are you inspiring? Who are you sharpening? Those are awesome questions for us to think about. So I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Again, like and subscribe, ring that bell, so anytime I put a new video up, you can be in the know, especially once I start doing live streams, because I really want to do some live streams and hang out with you guys on a live stream. And if you want to see what began this whole journey, you can check out that video. I'll link it, where my photography with my journey with Micro Four Thirds camera started, and every video in between as I've been sharing and hopefully encouraging you guys to go out, take some photos, make beautiful images. Don't be afraid, be encouraged, and just go out there. And man, I'm having fun with this little camera. I'm having fun with just the idea of doing this. And so I hope you join me on my journey. So anyway, watch some of those other videos. I'll put a playlist also so you can kind of binge them and catch up if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one.